the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Cavaliers, this is a team absolutely firing on all cylinders, a 12-game winning streak, and they're playing free, no pressure, taking it all one game at a time. And a guy that is often overlooked on this team is Julius Randle. Gives you a little bit of everything at his position. How do you view his development, Kenny, as a player?
Oh, he's a great passer for his size. You know, I haven't seen that many big guys who are able to play that fast and still read and react. Great, sees the game all around really well.
You know, I love his hustle. I love his attitude. You know, the way he brings these things to a one-on-one situation. Love this guy. You know, I'm a Laker guy, so really got to love the Lakers.
I thought you were a Heat guy.
I am.
I thought you were a Celtic guy.
I thought you were a Cleveland guy.
I thought you were a
An
Cavs
Orlando
guy.
Magic guy and a Phoenix Suns guy.
You're a man of the entire NBA.
That's right. Renaissance man.
And that does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Welcome, everyone, to the sold-out Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. It's the home of the Lakers, where we're broadcasting live today for 2K Sports. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our Hall of Fame sideline reporter David Aldridge, and a special treat here tonight. Joining us courtside is five-time NBA champion Kobe Bryant. Kobe, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's always a pleasure to stop by and help out.
We're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
I'm sure.
Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
And that's what it comes down to, execution, especially when you're on the road. Can you follow your game plan? I thought they were awesome in that game.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I liked that side of the game." Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And in the history of the NBA, only a handful of players have lasted 20 seasons. Kobe, you played all 20 with the Los Angeles Lakers, an NBA record for seasons with one team. What does it mean to just having worn that Laker jersey your entire career?
Well, I mean, it's a huge honor. I've always been a massive Laker fan, even when I was a kid. And so I never dreamed that I'd actually be wearing the golden armor for my NBA career. So to be sitting here right now, having played 20 years, is literally the coolest dream that could have ever happened to any kid. Happened to me.
And I don't know that it'll happen again. The way the league is structured now, the money, the free agency, even though you had a chance to leave a couple times, you always chose to stay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's you know, loyalty is a word that you hear thrown around often. But in this day and age, it's very tough to see in sports because of the cap, because of, you know, the free agency market and so forth and so on. So I've been very, very fortunate to have a great organization and to be able to have played 20 years of my career here.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Isaiah Thomas out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Kobe, you played for a handful of coaches during your career. When you look back on it, was there one coach you wished you could have played for but didn't have maybe a chance to play for?
Greg Popovich. That's an easy one for me. Although I did play for him in several All-Star games.
Yes, you did.
And one particular All-Star game in practice, he came up to me and said, okay, do you want me to just kind of go through like a whatever practice, or do you want me to do the real thing? I said, Pop, you got to do the real thing, because I've been dying to see what really goes on inside these Spurs practices.
Oh,
you got to give us a real practice, man. And he did. And Tim just kind of looked at me and was like, dude, seriously?
What are you doing?
Come on, you're killing me.
So what was a Popovich practice like for you, and how did you try to set the tone?
It was high energy, and we moved from drill to drill, and it involved a lot of passing and moving and spacing. And so all of the shooting, it wasn't any individual shooting. You know, all the individual shooting took place within a 5-man offensive structure, of ball movement, of passing and cutting, and all of a sudden your shot comes here in the corner, and then you slide up to the next line, and you dribble, penetrate, and kick it, and then you slide to the next line, dribble, penetrate, kick. Right? So it involves constant movement where you're constantly training and conditioning the body, that you're not just going to pass and stand and be a participant, right? You're going to be involved into that, in the action, not going to be a passive participant.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ball game. Ball kicks to Dang. Offline with his 3. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. It's stolen by Dang. And he banks in the layup. Cavaliers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. You know, Kobe, the league seems to be moving away from isolation basketball, sometimes called hero ball, in favor of more ball movement, more of a fluid offense. What do you make of that trend?
Well, I think it's the right thing. I mean, if you look at the way the Knicks played, for example, when they had Bradley, Busher, Phil was coming off the bench.
Well, you are a historian. You love the history of the game, don't you?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I can just tell working with you.
Yeah. Holtzman was coaching, and we had Frazier out there. I mean, they moved the ball. I mean, everything was predicated on ball movement, as was the Celtics with Fred Howard. And then in the 80s, things changed a little bit. We started going to more isolation ball, where guys would post deep and force the double coverage to come all the way down to him, and then you start moving the ball around. Now you start seeing a spread offense, where the ball's moving again like it was when the Knicks were playing, the Celtics were playing. And so, I think it just depends on the style of defense that you're seeing and the personnel that you have. I think that determines your style of play.
Hey, Kobe, when you take a look at great NBA rivalries, your mind goes more to the past than the present. I'm not sure why that is, but maybe you can enlighten us why rivalries seem to matter more or more in our minds from yesteryear as opposed to today.
Because we can recall where we were when. Right?
Yeah,
the recollection is always more powerful in retrospect, right? I mean, that's always, you remember where you were when, Magic hit that running hook shot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some people can remember where they were when Nelson hit that shot that bounced off the back of the rim and almost touched the rafters and fell back in, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I think it's those memories that create a lasting impact. And even though in today's game, you can look at it and say, there's no real rivalries in today's game. There are. But they're only sink in over time.
So you think the Cleveland-Golden State rivalry, because the greats are on opposite sides there, will linger and will resonate like that?
Absolutely.
Now here's Lopez. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. Caldwell Pope against Rose. LeBron James on the wing to stop the run. Outside for Thomas. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And that one's good. Love. Hey, Kobe, after dedicating pretty much your entire life to the game of basketball, a game that I know you love, you said you don't miss it. Why is that?
Well, because I've been through that process. I mean, I started playing a game when I was like 2 years old. And, playing professionally for 20 years, I left no stone unturned. So there's no regrets there. I've done everything I could possibly do. And true.
That's how you attack. Wow. Oh, man. my. And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever. A forceful finisher who loves showing off his athleticism.
Lopez a screen for 3. Caldwell Pope. They get it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Clarkson.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
In competition, once again, Kobe, the thing that drives you so much, even on the practice floor, you and Jordan were so much alike. in that regard. Is it important to go with your teammates and challenge them in those practices that you recall?
You have to challenge them, because if you don't, then they become conditioned to not have those challenges every day, right? So if you come off of a night where you have a back-to-back, for example, and you have a practice the next morning, it's our responsibility to step into that practice and challenge them as if it was the game that we just played the night before. Right? Because if you do not, then you don't have that competitive spirit day in and day out, where then you feel like you can take games off, because you can take practices off, because you just don't have it in practice. Right? So it's our job to bring that every single day, so that competing just becomes a habit for them.
And you learn about their mental endurance, their physical endurance during those practices.
Well, yeah, you challenge them to learn about themselves. Right? You challenge them to think about themselves. Can I push a little extra? I'm going to have to, because he's driving me like crazy. And if I don't meet that challenge, I'm going to have to hear his mouth all practice long. I'm going to have to hear his mouth on the plane. I'm going to have to hear his mouth on the bus. I'm going to have to hear his mouth in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just compete.
Lakers leading by 7. Caldwell Pope kicks to Nance, to the paint. And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Now Ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver. And Nance kicks the ball. Dang gets a wide-open look. Buries the long-range jumper. Tang's got 5. Kobe, I'm assuming that you've had teammates come back later and say, Kobe, you made me a better player.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when we're playing together, they don't like it very much, because I'm always challenging them. But then at the end, like, even to this day, we're all very close. We're all great friends, because they knew what I was trying to do was trying to push them to be the best version of themselves.
Wade, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. No one near James as he lets it go. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. For Los Angeles, they've gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. So last season, Kobe, one of the closest MVP races we've had in a long time, came down to Westbrook and Harden. Who did you think was going to win before the results came out, and why?
Yeah, I didn't even stop to think about that, because they're both like little brothers to me. So even though I could sit there and say,
couple LA
okay,
kids too.
Yeah, I know them both extremely well, and they're both extremely deserving of it. So I refuse to split it.
Yeah,
they're both my guys.
And different kinds of games, and both sensational individual players.
Yeah, they're just phenomenal. I mean, they can do so many things in the game, and now I think the next progression for them is to be able to dominate the game off the ball just as much as they can dominate on the ball, right? Because in the playoffs, the defense has a hard time finding that.
6 on the shot clock. Kept alive. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Julius Randle's checked in for Nance. Ingram comes in for Luol Deng. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Tyler Ennis in for Ball.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
And to have the ball in your hands at all times, always bringing it up. It's exhausting, though, right? That's what they say.
Now, for you, the defense sees you, right?
Yeah.
So if you're handling the ball, the defense has eyes on you at all times. You're here. You're right in front of the defense. When you don't have the ball, you're moving behind them. Curry moves behind. He'll bring it up, pass it, and now he's running off the screens behind the defense, right? And it's hard to find him.
Rip Hamilton the same way.
Rip Hamilton the same way.
I know.
Jordan, flare picks, down screens, slicing into the post, right? Coming up to the pinch post. All those operational things take place behind the view of the defense.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
For a guy like yourself who made an incredible amount of three-point shots during your career, what is it like watching Steph Curry? Just how much has he changed the league? It was always watching the dunks of Jordan. Now we got kids that want to shoot the ball from distance.
Yeah. Shooting the ball from distance now has kind of become like the home run in baseball, right? Where it's exciting to watch the ball in flight. I think it's great because it just adds more love to the game, more things that players could do or kids can do that can't dunk, right? It's like dunking was the thing, right? But now for kids that can't dunk, there's something else that's fun. There's something else that's entertaining, like shooting threes.
But boy, that takes a lot of work. Huh?
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, it's a lot of
hundreds of shots daily.
Yeah, it's a lot of repetition. I mean, Steph, you watch him out there playing and making all these shots. He's put in hours and hours and hours of hard work. Continues to do so.
Shot from 12. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Clarkson dishes to Ingram. Pass to Ennis. Lopez a screen. Ennis with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. With that three-point shooting on the rise, Kobe, if you were coming into the league right now, would you try to lean more in that direction than the incredible acrobat that you were when you were in your prime?
It depends who I was playing against. You know, I try to build my game to be able to do all those things.
And you could. I mean, you're like one of the few guys that could do it.
Yeah, so it just depends on who I was matching up against, which determines then how I would try to punish the defense.
I like that word.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a softer one. I was like, punish is a good one.
You're honest. Shots good by Clarkson. And Kobe, your spectacular high school career at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, in that Philadelphia area, paved the way for your NBA career. Talk about some of the highlights of your days in high school.
Well, my days in high school were fun. I mean, I played at a small high school called Lower Merion High School, so not too many people heard of it. You know, when you come to Philadelphia, the schools that you hear of are Overbrook, where Wilt Chamberlain went to school, Bartram, right, where Earl the Pearl Monroe went to school, right? But you never heard of little old Lower Merion High School, right? So it was a huge honor to be able to bring a state championship to Lower Merion and kind of put Lower Merion on the map. And that's the most exciting part about it.
Oh, a terrific story indeed. A huge honor, I'm sure.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Cleveland moving it around. Now the pass to Love. Here's James. 20 points for him last game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
50 seconds left to play here in the first. And Kobe, you've had so many fans from high school that carried over to your NBA days. In the stands now, in fact, you'll see fans with Lower Merion High School jerseys on.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
How cool is that? You know, to actually be able to see a bunch of Aces jerseys in the crowd when literally nobody knew where Lower Merion was. There's actually a school called Upper Merion. So everybody used to confuse the two. Just say, hey, yeah, I saw you when you played at Upper Merion. Say, hold on, dude. No. Lower Merion, man. Get it right. Don't forget it. Lower Merion.
Thomas kicks to Love. Back to Thomas. Wade outside. Love against Randall. A rebound by the Lakers. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And really, man, they played their hearts out. Missed a couple opportunities down the stretch, and that was the difference.
Yeah, you know what, Greg? Much love to him because the energy was there, but the execution fell just a little short.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Lakers lead by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Lakers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Well, you got to play against some great defenders in the NBA like Draymond Green of Golden State and others. What are some of the things that, I mentioned Draymond Green, that he does as a player that you think separates him from the rest of the defensive guys in the league?
He does his research. He does his homework.
You can tell.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can tell. When you watch him play, he puts himself in position before the offensive player even attacks. And how does he know that? Because he's watching film. He studies. He knows the player's tendencies. And so when you mix in the research to go along with his frame and the quick hands and the foot speed, then you have a defensive player that's a force.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith out there with Jay Crowder. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Holmes in at the center, locking down the middle. There's the three. Second shot opportunity. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Smith.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
And you look at the NBA today and the social media, Kobe, a lot easier for NBA players to connect with fans over that social media platform. However, it's also easier to get people in trouble. Players have got to keep that periscope up, so to say. How hard do you think that is to manage?
Well, I think now in this particular generation, the sensitivity towards things you may hear or see on social media is much different than it would have been years ago. In other words, nowadays for athletes to be on social media, it's more easily touted for them to say something, right, or to be able to speak their mind.
Yes.
And I think the important thing is just the consistency in that. If you have a thought and you want to say it, say it. Right, put it out on social media. Do whatever it is that you want to do with it. The key is just to be consistent and be who you are, not be afraid to be who you are.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Holmes. D right on him. The three. Here's Shumpert. Off target with his three. Los Angeles leading by 5. Kobe played in a big market like Los Angeles, one of the biggest in the world, but many are saying that market size matters less and less into the future of the NBA. Do you agree with that?
Well, in a certain aspect, yes, because of the digital age that we live in. I mean, the world is considerably smaller. You have access to market at the touch of a button.
So we see Milwaukee Bucks highlights with Antetokounmpo as much as we would see a Kobe Bryant highlight with Los Angeles.
Absolutely. But still, fundamentally, to play in a market like Los Angeles, Los Angeles being the entertainment capital of the world, New York being the great market as well, it's hard to top those no matter how digitally enhanced our society becomes.
Ingram with it. Holmes on him, and it's Ingram missing. Smith on the wing. Ingram with the steal. He dishes it to Randall, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Dwayne Wade.
Plays with nice force. I mean, Randall heading to the line now.
Lakers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. First one falls for him. Well, Kobe, more and more front offices around the NBA embracing analytics. At the same time, a lot of veteran executives who have kind of the old-time group have been somewhat critical of that approach. Which side do you take on that?
Well, I mean, I think there's use for analytics. What they do is they tell you what's happening or what's happened. But you still need the keen eye to be able to understand why they happen. And that's what numbers can't tell.
Put some meaning in back of the numbers.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. It's tough to understand if you see a player shooting this percentage. His first 5 games of the season, he shot X. The last 3 games, he shot Y. And you don't understand why. The numbers will tell you that. But maybe he had something going on at home that was bothering him emotionally, right? And therefore, his focus was elsewhere. And so his shooting percentage went down, right? The numbers don't show you that. It doesn't show you the emotion of the player.
And the Lakers making a change here. Bogut's checked in. Caldwell Pope left side. Off target with his 3. The Cavaliers trail by 4. You look back to the final game as a player, Kobe, all the emotion that was building up for that moment. Then you go out and score 60 points. Surreal moment. Did you ever think for any moment that maybe I've got 1 year left in the tank after that 60-point performance?
You know what? It wasn't a matter if I had another year in the tank. It was just, I just don't want to do this anymore. I wake up in the morning, my body's sore. That 60-point game was everything I had left. For that year, and to be able to have to reboot that and reset the system all over again, no thank you.
People don't see that side of it, do they?
No, they don't. But it's just nor do we want them to. Right? We want them to appreciate being entertained and coming to a game and taking their mind off of whatever it is they want to take their mind off of. It's an opportunity for them to escape, and that's what we provide. So that's completely fine.
And over the course of your career, Kobe, 5 NBA championships. Are there any of those that really stand out among the 5 that you accumulated?
The last one, beating the Celtics. That was the hardest one by far to get.
Why so?
Well, you know, we're going into Boston now with the series tied 1-1. And Boston is absolutely excited about having this split and going home now and having 3 games at home, thinking that the series was not going to come back to L.A. And so that was an interesting playing flight for us, and then to go out and get the very next game, just to go down 3-2, coming back to L.A., and then to finally pull out that series after being down 15 in the 4th quarter against the Celtics. I give it that.
Well, Kobe, you look at all the former Defensive Player of the Year, and they're almost always big men. You were a 9-time first-team all-defensive selection in the NBA. Do you think guards sometimes get overlooked at the impact they have in a game and a play?
Yeah, they definitely do.
All the time, huh?
I think the bigs have a huge responsibility in protecting the rim, and those things are very easy to measure.
Right, block shots,
blocks,
and exactly, rebounding,
altering shots or defensive rebounds. For guards, it's tougher. But still in all, there's some guards out there who have done it. You know, Michael and Gary Payton, and Kawhi Leonard. I count him as a guard. They're just phenomenal defensive players.
Where does that mindset come from? That defensive mindset when you're an offensive gifted player like yourself?
Well, I think that's a truly competitive person. Some players will call themselves competitive, but you're not truly competitive if you only compete at one end of the field. That's not what true competitive people do.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, they've gotten the three-pointer to fall tonight as well. That's equally as important. An NBA all-rookie first team, and then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
Larry Nance is checked in for the Lakers. Green, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Carter comes in for Shumpert. There's Rose with the 3. And it's Deng with the rebound.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
Agreed. I mean, when the defense is right there, you've got to move the ball, make the extra pass. That's a case of a poor shot selection.
The shot's good from Nance.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
Over in the corner, Green. Back to Rose. To the middle, and it's Green with the jam.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Ball, the pass to Bogut. Now here's Ball. He's covered by Rose. Lets it go from 11, and Andrew Bogut the bucket on the assist by Deng. Bogut's got 5 points now in the quarter. Holmes, that's a screen. Right side, Green. Back to Rose. Smith with a wide open look. No good from outside. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. And Kobe, how did you learn to watch tape? Because there are guys now watching tape and they'll just go, and you wonder if it's really even sinking in.
Trial and error.
Yeah, right. But really, that was it.
Trial and error. You start looking at things, you start saying, man, like if I'm watching an edit on the player, and I watch one particular game, and then I look at the next game, and he's doing the same thing. And the next night, he's doing the same thing. Let me go back and watch. And then you start looking for consistent behaviors or patterns in their behavior. And then you think, okay, maybe that's something that's a tendency for him. Let me go back and check. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles, turn. 2 dribbles. Oh, my God. Yeah,
there
that's
it is.
it.
There's the pattern.
Right, so what if I interrupt him between his first and second dribble and throw him off a rhythm? What'll happen then? Right? What if I know he's going to go 1-2, turn right shoulder? I let him go 1-2. Now I jump to his right shoulder. Now you can't turn there. What happens then? Right? You throw him off of their patterns.
Kevin Love's checked in for the Cavaliers. Thomas comes in for J.R. Smith. It's a pick by Love. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Caldwell Pope. Kobe, you're a father. You've enjoyed that process, but basketball got in the way a lot of it. How do you balance fatherhood and playing at the level you played at?
Yeah, when I was winning championships there, our kids were still relatively young, or I should say babies. In my last few years, they were older. and knew they could really feel my absence. And so what I try to do is try to bring them along for the process. So there were mornings I would wake them up and say, let's go. So we're going. Well, Daddy's going to go train, so let's go.
No kidding.
And I bring them with me. And they'd be in the gym shooting around or kicking a soccer ball around or hitting a volleyball around. But I felt like it was important as a father to not just tell them about hard work, but they need to see what I'm doing. When you're sleeping, this is what I'm doing here for 3 hours. And so they're a part of the process and feel connected to the process. But traveling and things of that nature is very, very hard because there's been plenty of birthdays that I've missed and school plays that I've missed.
James against Dang. And the dunk by LeBron.
Yeah, I like how James takes it to the defense. Even if they're all over him, he just muscles it past them.
The Lakers in the lead. Traveling was a part of your job, a part of mine. You missed some things with the kids, but I know you take pride, Kobe, in the fact that you made it to a lot of things as well. You were not an absent parent.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's having a great partner. I mean, my wife has been absolutely amazing, which I think is extremely important as well, because she really held down the fort at home, which to me is the toughest job in the world to do. You know, I have it easy in terms of going out there and playing games, but to have the responsibility of actually raising young people.
Wow! Are you? Oh, my goodness. And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
Now, here's Ball. He's got 5. Nance a screen. Down low. And the jam by Larry Nance.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
That's a pick by Love. LeBron kicks to Love. Good, and the assist goes to James. Love's got 5 now.
Boy, he hit his teammate in the perfect spot. Led him easily to the bucket. That's what you call a room service assist.
Well, Kobe, I know you've got to go, but it's been a real treat for you to join us tonight. I know our fans have all enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, thank you for having me, man. Looking forward to doing this again.
A great Kobe Bryant. And Clark, you've been broadcasting for the entire span of Kobe's playing career. How is it to share a booth with someone who you've watched progress throughout their entire career?
Well, it certainly reminds me that I'm moving into that last block on the demographic charts. I'm in the early third quarter, if you will, that's for sure. But it's a treat because it's wonderful to see how he grew as a player and as a man, and much respect for Kobe Bryant because he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and doing great things off the court, too.
Here's Nance. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1. LA has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded by Thomas. Picked by Randall. Ennis kicks to Clarkson. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Cavaliers on top, up 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Tristan, what needs to happen in the third quarter to get this game under control?
We got to get multiple stops. You know, our coach keeps track on the back of the bench of, consecutive stops. So coming out the second half, we got to get multiple stops, multiple efforts. And then, on offense, just got to execute.
Yeah, those multiple stops are how you get runs going. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It was Isaiah Thomas who got hot in the first. He had 16 points and 2 assists. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
To all the and $100
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. The big men are Nance and Lopez. And it's Dang in at the small forward. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
And James, a natural leader. Someone his teammates look up to, and he just has that commanding presence.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And guys, it's something that he's going to have to work on more and more because he's still not getting the kind of shooting percentage he would like from the line.
Ball with a wide open look. Cans it from downtown. Ball's got 8. And Clark, you look around the NBA, which big men impress you with their ability to put up points from the high post?
Well, I think Blake Griffin, as he's established his jump shot and become more proficient in making that 15 to 17 footer. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the outstanding young players in the league, extremely versatile, can shoot it out to the three-point line, can post it and make the mid-range shot. Aldridge is still one of the best mid-post players, but took a lot of criticism for his inability to dominate in the low post.
Right. Here's LeBron. Good D by Lopez.
Got to give the defense credit. That was a great contest on a high percentage shot in the paint.
As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
The screen from Thompson. Kicks it out to LeBron. Thomas dishes to Love. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, it sure is a lot of fun watching Love bury these outside shots. I mean, when he's hitting from deep, it opens up things for everybody.
Lopez a screen. Here's Ball. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. He's got 11.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Here's Thomas. Back to LeBron. Love with the screen on Nance. LeBron kicks to Thomas. James outside. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And here's Caldwell-Pope. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Ball. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Love throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Ball kicks to Nance. They set the pick. Caldwell-Pope outside. Offline with his 3.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Back to James. And finished off by LeBron.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty, an incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
Lakers trail by 6. Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Dang. No good off the front iron.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Caldwell Pope outside. Dishes at the ball. Lopez a screen on Thomas. To halt the run, and the rejection by Love. The feed now to Rose. The kick out to LeBron. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Pass to Love. 5 to shoot. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Dan. There's the 3. It doesn't go for him. And Cleveland will come the other way. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Lakers trail by 8. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Goes back up. Lopez. Caldwell Pope passes the ball. Here's the 3. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
That pushes it to double digits. And now a 10-point Cavalier lead.
Man, you got to respect and appreciate how polished LeBron is inside. I mean, he really excels at creating opportunities for himself close to the rim.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the Cavs trade for Isaiah Thomas reunites 2 former teammates. He and Kevin Love actually played a little AAU ball together, both of them growing up in the Pacific Northwest.
Zubac is checked in for Larry Nance. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Thompson. Crowder comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for James. And it's Shumpert in there for Thomas.
And back in high school, Isaiah Thomas used to ride the train down to Portland and stay the weekend at the Love's family house. For those two teaming up once again at this level, that's pretty surreal.
You know, you look at Ball's size and speed and confidence, very impressive. An exciting prospect who I think has an all-star future.
Back to Rose. Holmes, that's a screen. Rose kicks to Holmes. Back to Rose. To the paint. It's tipped. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for the Cavaliers.
And the 3-point shot was a huge part of their game plan. When it was falling, it made them very hard to defend. Opponents were stretched out all over the place.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find the shot.
Knocks it loose. Here's Dang. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
But they recover it. Passes it the ball. Caldwell Pope outside. Now Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Dang. That one off the back iron and out.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Smith the pass to Holmes. Over in the corner, Rose. They get it back.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Ball kicks to Zubac. Caldwell Pope outside. Tries from 10. Lopez, no luck. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Outside Rose. Here's Holmes. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Randall's checked in for Lopez. Brandon Ingram comes in for Luol Deng. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Tyler Ennis in for Ball. Crowder with the steal. Rose goes in, and Rose throws it down.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Zubac kicks to Randall. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Man does a nice job feeling his way around the interior. Randall just scratching the surface of his vast potential.
Back to Rose. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 6 points for Rose.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Rose.
Dwayne Wade.
Lakers trail by 18. Clarkson kicks to Ennis. Back to Clarkson. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Los Angeles with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Wade can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Randall passes to Zubac. Out left to the wing. Clarkson with the ball. Wade picks him up. Clarkson kicks to Zubac. Wade with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And the layup falls. And the Cavaliers lead by 20. And Lakers head coach Luke Walton got his start as an NBA coach in Golden State as a top assistant. He said, looking back, he would have paid to coach under Steve Kerr with everything he's learned.
Wow, that's a high compliment from Walton. Kerr and Walton have very similar personalities, too. I mean, both are pretty even-keeled, low-key kind of guys. And when Kerr's back surgery sidelined him, Walton led the Warriors to the best start in NBA history. Pretty amazing.
Here's Ennis. He has 5. Pass to Zubac. Feeds to Clarkson. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Holmes with the steal. Clarkson against Wade. 1:57 left to play here in the third. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's climbing all over him on that one, no way the officials are going to miss that.
Tell you what, he might have gotten that rebound and gotten away with it if he had gone straight up, but it didn't work out.
The Lakers making a switch here. Ball's checked in. Here's the screen. Lets a floater go. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
1:31 left in the third. Now, here's Wade. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. Lonzo Ball, number 1.
He's just ahead of his years as far as vision and recognition on the offensive end. A talented playmaker. He is only going to get better.
Yeah, very unselfish. I mean, has the respect of his coaches and teammates. They follow his lead, which is probably the highest compliment for any rookie.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Carter's checked in. There's a screen. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 14 points for the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Holmes, that's a screen. Wade passes to Holmes. Wade against Clarkson. And the basket by Wade. Wade's got 6 here in this quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Good on the triple. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Cavaliers leading by 18. It's Crowder on the wing. He kicks to Smith. And the Cavaliers with possession here. Shot clock at 6. Wade dishes to Carter. And the wing jumper offline. And here's the fast break. Paul leading the way. He feeds it to Ingram. And again, it's the Lakers.
No stopping Ingram when he's in rhythm, especially when he gets a pass in the spot he loves pulling the trigger from.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Lakers with the ball. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that game is the 2nd of 2 straight at home. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the 4th quarter. LeBron and Love, the 2 stars at the 4 and the 5. D-Wade out there with Isaiah Thomas. And it's Carter in at the 3 spot. LeBron kicks to Thomas, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Thompson, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Outside Thomas. In the corner, it's James. 6 to shoot. They get it back. Stolen by Clarkson. And now Clarkson pushing it up. No one back to stop him. The coast-to-coast dunk.
Boy, nice anticipation by Clarkson. Not just on the steal, but in the way he jump starts the fast break.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. James outside, kicks to Wade. Love outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 5 assists tonight. And here is Ball. There's the dish to Clarkson. The pass to Randall. Clarkson against Wade. Clarkson passes to Nance. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Ingram kicks to Nance. Wade against Clarkson. He dishes it to Ball. Nance sets a screen for Ball. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Now Thomas, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Lopez, he's checked in for Julius Randle. Dang comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Clarkson. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out, he's doing it.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Rose is checked in. Here's Ball. Nance outside. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. It's good from long range.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Cleveland leading by 16. The screen from Thompson. Over to the left wing. The kick out to Rose. From deep, James. The rebound by the Lakers. Nance has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Bang for 3. They get the rebound. Ball kicks to Nance. Dishes the ball. Bang for 3. Hits it from three-point range.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
James with it. He's picked up by Lopez. And the wide-open shot from Rose. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
Well, he knew he was going to get called for that one. I mean, that was simple. You can't use the guy in front of you as a stepping stool.
Stolen by Thompson. LeBron drives in. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
No good on the free throw. And the Lakers, Greg, have acquired some intriguing young talent. Do you see this group blossoming into elite status?
I mean, there's still some question marks. Injuries have been an issue. I do see some all-star potential for some of their young fellas. Superstar potential, though, tougher to say. They've got something to build on, though, and that's key.
Back to Lopez. Thompson comes with the double team. Lopez dishes the ball. The shot's good from Nance.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Thomas goes in, and it's blocked.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Stolen by Ball. Caldwell-Pope with it. Now Thomas defending. Ball, the pass to Nance. And Lopez has it in the corner. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Back to James. Cleveland moving it around. Thompson sets the pick for Rose. LeBron outside. And Thomas has it in the corner. Outside Rose. Back to Thompson. Lopez with the steal. Caldwell Pope outside. There's the feed to Ball. Pass to Nance. He kicks the ball. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Dang. LeBron with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. And here's Los Angeles now. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Cleveland leading by 12. Outside Thomas. Love with the screen for Thomas. Back to James. And it's sent back by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Cleveland's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Love kicks to Thomas. Thompson inside. Lopez is there. Looking to end the drought. And James with the layup. James has got 13 points in the second half.
And the fact that James is so aggressive here, constantly looking to score when he's in rhythm.
Ball kicks to Lopez. Over Thompson. Good D by Thompson. The Cavaliers leading by 14. Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Kicks it out to Love. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 18 points for Kevin Love.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
And Clark, just how important to a team is it to have a veteran presence on it? Like, how did the vets on the Pacers help you when you were a rookie or a young player in the league?
You know what? I think it's invaluable, Kevin. I was a 21-year-old rookie. I left after my junior year at Ohio State. And veteran players, Herb Williams, had been there a year or two. Guys like Billy Knight and George Johnson, Butch Carter were around. And having those guys talk about what it takes. And we were a very young team and had young veterans, but still they were invaluable in terms of giving you an example of how to go about your business to be successful as a pro.
And another three for Cleveland.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Dang, a screen on Thomas. Lopez a screen. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Thompson. Fast break. Here we go. James against Dang. Kicks it out to Love. Outside Rose. 4 on the clock. Thompson in the corner. Stolen by Ball. To the inside. Got a piece of it. James in the post. He's covered by Dang. And sticking right with it. Gets the foul with the bucket. And he'll go to the line.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And the NBA has a concerted effort to lower the amount of back-to-back games for the players. Clark, should they stretch out the season even further?
No, the ideal solution, Kevin, would be to reduce the number of games, to cut a month off the season. That would be the way to get to where we need to get to. The season should be 66 to 70 games. It should be spaced out over a 6-month period. And if you cut 12 to 16 games, then you would be able to actually get fewer number of back-to-back. Stretching the season out longer, to me, is not the answer. Reducing the number of games would be the best way to get to the solution. But that toothpaste is out of the tube, and I don't know if we can ever get it back in.
Agreed. Inside. Rose against Caldwell Pope. Rose kicks to LeBron. And it's Deng with the rebound. Deng's got 5 rebounds tonight. Passes the ball. Feeds to Nance. Here's Lopez. No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Thomas kicks to James. And the layup's good off the glass. James has got 32 points in the game.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, it feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
Deng with it. He's picked up by James. Can they get it? The offensive rebound, Lopez. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Cleveland's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. And James gets it to go.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Los Angeles has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Cavaliers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season, it will go down as their 48th win.
And a one-sided season series this has been. In the final game of the year between these two, they end up doing everything necessary to finish up with a 2-0 record against the Lakers.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
Well, I love the force that he showed on defense, using all of his length to deny shots. He was their anchor tonight.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Thompson. Green comes in for Kevin Love. Vince Carter, he's checked in for LeBron. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Derrick Rose. Offensive rebound. He gets it in there.
And nobody puts a body on Bogut, and then he makes them pay the price.
Green left side. Carter outside. Pass to Thomas. From past the arc. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's the pick. Clarkson with the ball. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Riding it up and in off the drive. Clarkson athletic enough to create his own offense.
Here's Shumpert. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, congrats on the win tonight. What do you think was the ultimate factor?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall away back into the game.
Yeah, you hung in there and were able to come back and overcome the deficit. Thanks, Derek. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.